Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with a back video. If you've been following me really closely over the last couple of years, I've had things in my videos that allude to the fact that I was having some back pain or some back issues. So I'm going to explain what I was going through, and then I'm going to tell you how I literally fixed it. It's totally gone. And I was incapacitated. I didn't want to go on vacations. I could not go shopping, not even grocery shopping. This started, okay, I'm going to start back where it started and how I think I did it. And I'm going to timestamp this, so if you just want to get to the exercises, you can get there. About 10 years ago, I was doing a lot of cardio. And I was getting all tight through my hips and my quads and my hamstrings, which is great. But when I was, getting my muscles tighter, I was also tightening up joints and, a lot of other stuff was getting tight and out of line. So the first thing I noticed was when I would go grocery shopping, my left leg would go numb. That was my first symptom, was a numb, mine was the left leg. And I could bend over and release it. Well, it kept getting worse and worse and worse until we'd be out of town and I couldn't walk around the block without having to bend over and release that. And it would go numb all the way down my leg and into my foot, and then I could release it by bending over. Well, I started seeing chiropractors. I was seeing a physical therapist when I discovered this. 10 years go by. I'm doing all the stretches I know how to do, the pigeon pose, the yoga stretches. Nothing was making it any better. I was getting adjusted, massages, nothing. And then one day I was watching an Instagram reel, and it was a chiropractor, and he said, if your leg goes numb, yes, mine does, and if you have slight pain on your outer knee out here, you may have what you think is your sciatic is actually your psoas. And I'm going to put it right up here. It's Psoas. I'd never even heard of that. And I was seeing a physical therapist, and I had never heard of that. And I was like, yeah, I had light, very, very light pain on my outer knee. So if you think you are having sciatic problems, and it's not getting any better, it may be your psoas. And I'm going to show you some very easy stretches that I did and got immediate relief. Now, I will tell you, I've been recovered from this for at least 6 months. I've waited to do this because I wanted to be sure I was well. Because in the past, I have thought yoga healed me. It didn't. I had thought my chiropractor healed me. They didn't. Thought my physical therapist was helping. It never stuck. So I do sometimes, if I'm doing squats or really hard workouts, it will come back. But I also know how to get rid of it now. So now I can go shopping. I can go Christmas shopping this year. I'm so excited. I can go on vacations and walk without having to release. So anyway, I'm going to show you these exercises. So easy, so fast, and I so hope that this helps somebody out there. Okay, we're going to get in the floor. And the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to start this by saying be so careful. And if you have really tight hips, back, which you probably do if you're watching this video, please be so careful. I'm not a doctor. Get a doctor's release, whatever you have to do. But I'm not telling you to do anything that might hurt you. Start really slow, because I have hurt myself many times stretching, but never with this. Okay, first of all, we're going to get barefoot. So get barefoot, because you don't want even a low sole like these Uggs. You don't even want a low sole. You want just your bare feet. And what you're going to start with is, okay, you're going to just lay. Let me get where you can see me. You're going to lay like this with your knees up. And then you're going to go to the side. Just drop them to the side really slow. And my low back is tight. So just do that until it stops feeling tight. Don't force anything. Then go to the other side and let it loosen up. We're going to be working low back through the hips, and then your psoas is, I think, right in here. It's kind of long and it's hard to get to. The psoas is not easy to get to. That's why I was doing stretches for so long and never fixed myself. It's hard to get to. Okay, once that loosens up, I'm taking my bottom leg over my top leg, and I'm pushing with this foot. I'm pushing this knee down. Okay, then I'm going to put my arms up and just kind of press that down, but don't hurt yourself. And then do the other side. Okay, then that's got your back loose. Okay, then the next thing I did was sit on your feet. Be careful, because feet, believe it or not, can get tight. So I would sit on my feet. When I started this, even my feet were tight. Okay, then I took my feet out. Be so careful with this. And sit down. I can sit all the way with my behind on the floor now, but at first I could not. And that is stretching out all through your quads and through, you know, here. And then I'm leaning back. And get that all real loose. Be so careful with this. When I started this, I started it with a yoga blanket under my behind. Do not push this. This pulls on your knees if you're not careful. Please be so careful. Okay, then you're gonna, I sit there until that's loose. Okay, this is the magic stretch. This is the magic. The one laying down, and now this. You're gonna sit like this. You know, this foot in and this foot out. Okay, in the past, I was stretching down like this to stretch this in my outer hip. No, we're focused on this foot that's going back. This, if this is your problem, will be so tight. We're focused on this one, on my left. I've got my right foot in, my left foot pointing back. Okay, now I'm going to focus on my sit bones, my butt bones, my pelvic bones, and I'm going to try to get those on the floor. So it's stretching through this leg that's pointing back. And I'm kind of leaning, you can see I'm kind of leaning over towards that leg. When I started this, y'all, this was so tight. Do not push this. This is all you'll need at first. And it's stretching this. This is what made my numbness go away. When all of this stretched out over here on this outer. Okay, then once that releases, I'm leaning back, put this foot on the floor, and I'm leaning, still focused on this foot that's pointing back, and lean back towards that. That is pulling all up in here, and it's going really deep, I suspect, to my psoas. Okay, I'm also turning my shoulder in towards it. As it loosens, I can sit up. Hope you can tell what I'm doing. Pause it if you need to. I'm turning all the way towards it and leaning over into it. Getting all through here. And this was so tight. And since I've started doing this and that floor, you know, with my knees side to side, I don't go numb. And if I do start going numb, I do this and it releases it. All right, now we're going to the other side. Right foot back. So careful. One side will probably be tighter than the other. Be so careful. This stretches your hips so much. Sometimes my hip used to pop. Okay, I'm leaning over into this foot that's pointing back. Then when that loosens up, you put your other foot down. And I'm propping up with this hand to push myself over towards it. Be careful. And then you can lean back, and that lets you get a deeper stretch over that direction. Okay. And then, you can do your other stretches so you're even, where you're stretching the inner and not just the outer. But those stretches healed what I thought was sciatic, but was it actually a tight psoas. Okay, so those are the stretches that I did and still do most days. Now I have to do it a couple of times a week. I used to do it a lot, like while I watch TV at night. Now I'm so loose, a couple of times a week, I can do squats again. I will tell you something that a physical therapist told me that does help, and that is a treadmill is usually hard on the back, but if you will walk at an incline, at about a 5 incline, it takes the pressure off your back. And if my back is feeling tight and I've got any numbness at all, when I do that, I feel better afterwards. But listen to your body. If that doesn't feel good, don't do it. I usually do about 30 to 45 minutes on the treadmill, really 45. And I will do anywhere between a 5, sometimes a 9, then I'll go back down to a 7, then to a 5. And I keep that incline. Strengthens the back of your body, which is really good, probably for your back. Again, I'm not a doctor, but that feels really good. If your sciatic actually does hurt, walking backwards on a 10 incline very slowly and carefully is supposed to help your sciatic. I walk forward, just normal, on my treadmill on a 5, 7, or 9 for 30 to 45 minutes, and that really releases my back. So hold on, let me be sure I'm not leaving anything out. Yeah, it looks like that's everything. See my notes down below. If I left anything out, I will put it down there. I so hope this helps someone, because if you have it, it gets progressively worse. So I hope this helps somebody. If you have any questions, leave those down below. And that is all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.